Yeah, be the G Shaw Cypher. You are officially on the Grind Live. You already know what we do on the Grind Live. We support anybody out there grinding. This time, you know me. I usually do an intro and I tell you my official words. If you see me, you see dope people. For this one, I just have the dope people right up with me right now. Anything else is uncivilized. We back at it. Shout out to the lady here, the artist. iazY. What's going on?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you doing?
Listen, I appreciate you coming back, tuning in with us. I saw you with Tampa Mystic. You did the you did the live performance right there, Industry's Most Wanted. Talk to me about that experience. Like, I don't know if you did one of those before, but you know, in Industry's Most Wanted, talk about how that experience was for you.
Well, it was just really just like a pleasure meeting Miss Tampa. It was just amazing. She was so kind. The energy was just it was very raw and it was just so comforting.
Right.
Especially like the interview. I felt like it was very natural. Like I felt like I was having like a conversation with like one of my friends at school. So it was definitely a good time. Even though like there wasn't a lot of people in the room when I did my performance, but there were some people, but I still just felt comfortable. So the vibes were definitely there. Miss Tampa, she's amazing and great and so
Right.
sweet. And yeah, I just had a fun time. So it was definitely great.
That's what it is. That's what it is. And Tampa already on here checking us out. She not playing. She making sure she support. You know what I mean? And she's always been a great supporter of On The Grind Live and everything we do. That's my business partner. So we support each other. Industry's Most Wanted. You get what I'm saying? So listen, you got a lot going on. You've been with us before. You get what I'm saying? What's new with iazY that we want to make sure that people, know this time that they didn't know before?
Well, I did just release one of my new records called Pink Leaf. I'm
Right.
very excited because I feel like this record in particular, I feel like the vibe is definitely really different.
Right.
I think that the thing about Pink Leaf, I think it's really different from my other songs because I feel like a lot of my other songs are very heavy rock or
Right.
very like, heavy guitar, just very, I guess I could say like emotional. Maybe Grocery Store might be different, but I feel like with Pink Leaf, it's a very vibe song. It's a very like you in the car type of song. So I think that's one thing. And also just like, in the future, working on new stuff, collaborating with new people. So, yeah, a lot is going on. So, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So talk to me about the producer of this track. You know what I'm saying? I think his name is The Real Mappa. Am I saying that
Mhm.
correctly? So talk to me about the producer. You know what I mean? Like, how did you get tuned in with this one for this track?
So it was actually really crazy because I was at this other studio the night prior.
Okay.
And it was like 11 something. Like my mom was cuz like we were in Atlanta and when we are in Atlanta we usually just like go to the studio and, do whatever. And so I was just like, okay, I'm down. So we pull up to the studio, there's just a lot going on. I'm just sitting there. I'm just like I'm with my mom in the corner. I'm just like, okay, like what's going on? And then
Right.
this cuz Mappa, he's 15. He's like around the same age as me. He walks in. I'm like, "Who is this guy?" I'm like, "What's going on?" I knew that he was coming, but I didn't expect him to, like, pull up like this. So I'm like,
Right.
"Oh, wait, what? He's a kid?" And so, like, I'm like he's, like, in the other him and his mom is in the other corner, and then me and my mom are in the other corner. I'm just like, "Should I go talk to him?" Like, I asked my mom, I was like, "Mom, can you go talk to him for me?" She's like, "Girl, if you don't go over there." So I'm like, "Okay." So originally for Pink Leaf, I had made like a beat and I made like a little snippet or kind of like demo of the song,
Right.
but I knew that I wanted a kind of like a different vibe for it than the beat that I made. So I showed him the beat and I was like, "Hey, do you have something like this?" And literally automatically he was just like, "Yeah." Opened his computer, started typing. I was like, "Oh, okay, wait. Oh, okay, yeah."
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he gave me like a bunch of beats and I was like, "Okay, like, I guess, like, I'm gonna have these beats, and I guess I can just record it when I get back to LA, which is, like, in 2 more days." Nope, they said, "Hey, we're gonna meet you in the studio tomorrow." It was already 12. So I was just like, "Oh, okay, yeah, so you mean I have, like, literally, like, 3 hours to write a song and then, like, produce? Okay, period." So, literally, like, that night, I was writing this song, and I think what made it easier is because I already had the chorus for the song. I wanted to use the chorus that I had on my original song, and I
Right.
used it, and I just had to, like, kind of make 2 verses. But it was really funny because, like, my mom, she kept telling me, "Zaire, go to sleep. Or iazY, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep." I'm like, "Girl, I can't go to sleep. I gotta write this song. We gotta go to the studio in, like, 2 hours." And, yeah, eventually, like, we wrote the song. Him and his mom came to the studio. The vibes were definitely there, and we made Pink Leaf, and it's absolutely amazing, and I love it. So, yeah,
Right.
he's so talented for sure.
Right. So what when he typed in the beat or got in the computer and typed in the beat, was the beat that you selected to do the song the very first one that he pulled up, or did you have to go through a couple before you feel like you had the right one?
It would no, yeah, it was funny because, like, the first beat that I was looking for, was the beat that I thought that I was gonna use for the song. Cause he gave me, I think, about 10, 11 beats,
Right.
and yeah, like, even his mom was like, "Oh, yeah, she's probably gonna use that beat," yeah, and me too, but I don't know, it's just that night when I heard the beat that we use for the song now, it just, like, popped out for me
Right.
more. I feel like the beat that I originally was gonna use that he gave me would it was amazing, but I felt like it didn't match the vibe. It was a little bit more, like, mellow toned and more darker, and I feel like
Right.
this beat's more, like, poppy, hyper pop, and very more, like, colorful, so
Right.
I'm definitely happy that my mind changed because yeah, but all the beats were amazing for sure.
No, no, I feel you. You get what I'm saying. I think it's good to connect with producers, especially when they're there in the studio with you, because then y'all can kind of build and take the song to different heights and really get it right when you got the producer in there with you. So how long did it take to physically record the song?
I think it took like I think it took like about 5, 4 hours.
Right.
Because, like, I really wanted this song to be perfect because I truly, really love this song, and it was, like, really funny because, like, the engineer that I didn't not because I usually work with Choi, Radio.
Right. Right.
He's amazing, I usually work with him in LA, but, I was in Atlanta, so I have to, like, work with different engineers, was totally fine, but I could tell that he was getting a little bit annoyed with me because I kept, like, because every time, like, I would do something, I kept, like, saying, "Can I redo it? Can I redo it?" And every time I'd be like, "Oh, can I redo it?" He would huff and puff, he'd be like, "Again?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, I'm so sorry." So, no,
Yeah.
yeah, it definitely took, like, 5 to 4 hours, but no, yeah, it wasn't that long because usually it
No,
takes,
no.
like, a whole day. But
But you
yeah.
know what? I'm an artist too, and I like to perfect my music. You get
Mhm.
what I'm saying? I like to make sure, with me, I record at home now and then send it out to engineers. But when I'm in the studio, like I really gotta. By the time I get to the studio, I've practiced so much that I figured I already got it down packed, but I like to really perfect my music. Are you a real perfectionist when it comes to your songs, or you get what I'm saying? Like for me, I will write a song. I can lay it down. I listen. I need to go back and change this word right here and change this. Like you find yourself doing that a lot on your songs,
Definitely. Literally, I don't even think there's ever one time to where, like, I'll have, like, cause like, of course, like, before I go to the studio, I'll make sure
right?
I have my song written, and all the verse and stuff like that. But I feel like every time I go to the studio to record a song, I always change something because it's just like
Right,
when you're in the moment, you feel it and you're just like, okay, like maybe this sounds better than this.
right.
But no, yeah, definitely we have to be. It's our craft, it's our music. We have to keep it sacred. So no, yeah, for sure, same.
Yeah, it's definitely important. It's definitely important. So since you've been doing this music so far, I mean, you had grocery store the last time we talked. You got Pink Leaf now. Is there specific vibes that you're looking to accomplish? I mean, looking to create as you build as you build your catalog, maybe build another album. I mean, a project and things like that. Are you going a certain direction, or are you really figuring it out as the beat comes to you?
I think I
What's
think
up,
that
man?
I
Shout
think
out to
that
the family. Shout out to the family.
yeah, I'm sorry about that.
It's all
Okay.
good.
I think I'm still figuring it out because I feel like a lot of times, like, I do like doing rock and pop music, and I still try to incorporate those elements when I do make a song. But then I also feel like I like going different routes. Like, I like
Right,
to do what feels right. But no, yeah, like, to me, it's just like I'm not very picky. When I'm picky about the beat, if the beat isn't good, then if not good, but if the beat isn't something that I vibe with, then I'm not gonna write to it. But no
right,
matter like what type of genre the beat is, if I like it, then I like it, you know what I mean? So it's
right.
like, I guess I'm still trying to figure it out, but I do know that, like, pop and rock and songs like Pink Leaf and Grocery Store are songs that I do wanna continue to produce in the future, but you never know with me. I might pull up country, I don't know. We'll
No,
we'll
no.
see,
You know what though? You know what though? It's dope. You know what I started doing lately?
Mhm.
Um, even if I might not be ecstatic about the beat, if I feel like I can make it work, I'm gonna write to it.
Mm,
Right. So if you hear the beat the very first time and you like, yeah, I think I could do something to it, but I don't know if I really want to mess with it. Write to it anyway. Why? Because
mhm,
sometimes it might take the artist to make something or build or create something for that beat to be for it to be as good as or for it to really come together and really make it what it is. You get what I'm saying? So
mhm,
I even started writing the beats I really don't like just to see if I can make it work. I'm really just like challenging myself. So it's nothing wrong with challenging yourself. You know what I mean? When you hear those beats, of course, the ones you really like, you probably gonna get to it real quick. You get what I'm saying? Like it's
mhm,
gonna tell you the type of song to write, put you in the vibe and things like that. But if you get one of those iffy beats, try that one time, see what that
mhm,
happens, see what that does. Because sometimes you might come out with a song that you like, and you know what? I wrote it to this beat, but this actually sounds dope on this beat. And you might have never written a song if you didn't have that original
mhm.
beat, right? So it's
Yeah.
kind of one of those things that I think you know what I mean can definitely try. So you was in Atlanta, not too long ago. You was with Tampa Mystic. What else was going on in Atlanta that iazY had to make sure she pulled up?
I also had to do not only did I, have to do an interview and performance for the amazing Miss Tampa, I did another interview and I think performance for I think the real plug, I believe,
Okay.
which he was very nice, very awesome. So that was a fun thing to do. And I also went bowling. I don't know.
Hey,
It has nothing to do with music, but I've never been bowling in Atlanta before, so that was cool. And they had like a little like strip where they had different like small businesses, which was like amazing to see. So that was pretty fun. I wasn't there for too
right,
long, so I
right,
didn't get
right.
to do too much,
No, it's
but
all good.
you
It's
know,
all good. Look at it like
yeah.
this: every experience, anything that you do, every experience that you have is a potential song, right? So one day you
Mhm,
might end up doing a song where you talking about you was bowling in Atlanta. You're not necessarily saying it like that, but it might just be appropriate for the song. Musically, let me ask you this question. As as you've been spending time in the music business and you've been doing these songs, and you're mixing between genres, and really figuring out what lanes you want to be in, and really how to perfect your music. If there's anything that you can change about the music business today, what do you feel like that would be?
I think that I feel like a lot of songs, they don't have to like, I feel like they don't have to, like, be so how do I explain it? Be so, like because okay, I have times, where I'm with my friends and, like, I'll listen to, like, songs, like, the
Yeah,
Sexy
yeah, yeah,
Reds and
yeah,
stuff like
yeah.
that. But I feel like songs don't always have to be over sexual to be
Right,
good,
right. I
I
feel
feel
you.
like in this day and age, I feel like there's a lot of songs like that, and, like, I feel like that's what a lot of, like, the kids are listening to right
Right,
now, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm one of the kids, but I also feel like I also love songs where it's like that's just, like it's still fun and it's still enjoyable and you can still, get down to it, but it's like there's still, like, a good message where like, a very, like, calm and message that's not always like, so I think that's what I wanna change because I know my music, not all the time is there a message, but it doesn't always have to be so like,
right, right,
over
right,
sexualizing
right.
yourself and stuff like that. So I think that's something that hopefully that I will maintain when growing and stuff like that and that people appreciate. So yeah, for
Definitely.
sure.
Shout out to Organic Truth TV on here supporting you, Pink Leaf. Talking about, listen, what's this next one? He said, Organic Truth said, let me make sure I put that up there. We are waiting on some merch, iazY. What's going on with the merch? You got merch coming? Let's talk about it.
Yes. So basically I made this character called Giggy, which is like kind of like my mascot for the merch or like different merchandise that I'm going to be making hopefully to
Right.
sell. We're still working on like designs. Of course we already produced some shirts, but we want to kind of like rebrand it
Right,
in a way and
right.
remake it. So it's definitely coming soon, but no, yeah, it's coming soon. So get excited for that.
Giggy. I like that name. I like that name. You know what I'm
Thank
saying?
you.
I definitely like that. I'll definitely look forward to seeing that. Is going into different lanes. Like, is there anything else that you this is the clothing brand that's really going to be part of, I guess, from a music perspective, that's what you're tuning into. But is there anything else that you said, okay, once I establish this here, I want to go do this next? Like, what else is out there that piques your interest?
I really I one thing that I really wanna do, I really wanna go into, like, acting and stuff like
Right,
that. I also wanna go into, like, maybe hopefully, like, being a producer or just co-producer of, like, a movie or a writer, for movies and TV shows like that, or maybe, like, write my own
right.
book. Um, kind of in that lane, and I also like drawing, so hopefully, I don't know, maybe draw a art piece, I don't know, put it in an art show, I don't know, just little side
Yeah.
quests, different things that I just
Yeah, I
wanna
mean,
do, you
acting is
know?
dope. Drawing is dope. Do you draw often? Like, is that something that like you feel like you a professional, draw? You can draw characters. Did the Giggy characters? Is that something that you like? Something that
Yeah.
you drew yourself? Oh, that's
Mhm.
dope. That's dope. Like I would love to be able to have that talent to draw. I got all kinds of stuff up here, but I can't ever put it on paper. I
Yeah.
gotta tell people like this is what I want here. Put this here, and then it takes us like 3-4 days to get it the way I was envisioning. So um think about it, like maybe you can help me, maybe that's something that you can also do on the side for other people, right? And then they pay you for it and you utilize that for your music. I don't know, I'm just putting stuff out there for you, but I like that name, Giggy. You get what I'm saying? So performance wise, like, do when was the last time you performed in front of an audience? And are you looking to perform in front of more audiences in the future? Do you got anything planned?
So I just had a performance at the Passion Fruit Festival, I believe last
Okay.
week on Sunday, I believe. It was April 7th, which which is really fun. I always like performances. It's really bittersweet because I remember I've never been like I love performing like in front of my family. Like, when you go to the family cookouts and you're like, oh girl, go sing.
Right.
And you're like, yeah. But I never liked performing in front of, like, a bunch of people, so I feel like I've grown to like it because, you can always, like it's kind of like
Right.
practice, for, like, the big performances, like, you always, like, utilize the small moments. For me, it's always just like, "Okay, I go up there, if I mess up, okay, I'll just work on what I did and don't do it next
Right.
time,"
Right.
It's
Right.
it's just practice for me. So, it was really fun, but yeah. Yeah, I always love performing,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
yeah.
definitely, definitely. You talked about how your mom was in the studio with you. I mean, obviously she's traveling with you, things like that. Age wise, but really from a music perspective, I think she's supporting, your music career as well, right? So talk to me about how,
Mhm.
me. I'm gonna call her Mama iazY. How Mama iazY, has been so supportive when it comes to your music.
I I I just when I first wanted to do it, they've always been supportive. Even when I was young, when I loved music, but I didn't know if it was something I wanted to
Right,
do or it's just something that I liked, that I loved doing. They always have been supportive of me, my mom and my dad, and even though there'll be times where, like, my mom, she'll get so irritated with me because she's like, "Sahira, like, you need to do this, you need to do that," but she'll still support me, and she'll still, like, keep going on these trips, and, even when I get in my own
right.
head and, I doubt myself, she's always, the main one believing in me,
That's what's
so I
up.
think I appreciate that so much, and, all the time and money that she puts into me even when I start acting up a little
Yeah,
bit,
yeah, yeah.
but,
Well, it's just the
so yeah,
growing
she's
pains
been
of it. You
very
get what I'm saying? It's the growing pains of it.
yeah,
Mother's Day is coming soon, so make sure you hook moms up. You know what I mean? Make sure,
yeah.
let Mother's Day is coming real soon. I had to put that out there. Mama iazY, I'm helping you out. You know what I'm saying? But so when you um when you deliver music to the masses, right? And I'm talking about whether the masses be, you know, um, whether the masses be a small group, whether it be, just your family members, or whether it be opportunity to perform in front of a large audience, you know, what, what do you want them to feel out of the music that you deliver to them once you finish performing? Like, what do you want to make sure you've accomplished in those performances to those crowds?
Truly, like, I really wanted to feel, like, unreal, you know how, like, when you listen to a song or you go to a concert and you just feel like, "Did that actually happen?" I really want that. That's how I want it to feel, like a
Right,
fantasy, because that's how music makes me feel, and that's what I wanna give to other people. I hope that, like, when I do perform in front of people or people do listen to my music, that it takes them to another world,
right,
and or just makes them feel good. I think that's I think I believe I said before, like, music is a very spiritual thing, and it can either give you, like, negative energy or good energy, and I hope that it gives people
right,
good
right,
energy,
right.
so,
No,
yeah.
definitely, definitely. Um, how long have you been doing music professionally, like taking it serious?
For about 4
Okay,
years.
so if you can go back and have a conversation 4 years back, right? So if you can go talk to yourself 4 years in the past, to the person, to the iazY that's going to start this professionally for the first time, knowing that you've been through this for 4 years already, what would that conversation be like to the person, to the iazY that's getting ready to start? Like, what would you tell them to make sure that they know that, that this it's going to be good, and we going to take it to the next level, and we're just going to experience things? Like, what kind of conversation would you have with
I think first off, I would be like, "Girl, pick up that guitar and take it a little bit
her?
seriously," so you can get that guitar
Right,
going. And second, I think I would say that, don't let what's happening now um, affect how the future is gonna be, because I feel like a lot of the times back when I was younger, I would always, like, compare myself to, like, other, upcoming young
right,
artists that, are getting big, and I always be like, "Oh, why can't that be me?" But I think that now I realize that, like, everyone's on their own journey and everyone's time will
right.
come, and I think that's also helped motivate me to, keep going and to keep practicing and just wait for my time, so
So
yeah.
I asked you this question before, and in the last time we had a conversation, and I want to see if it changed, right? So right now, since you've been through, since you went from, last time we talked about grocery store, now we talking about Pink Leaf and the things that you experienced so far from the time that we talked to now. Have you felt like you learned anything? Um, have you learned anything different, or that you might have, or what do you feel like you've learned, or the biggest lesson you've learned so far, at least since the last time, since, at least from song to song? Like, what do you feel like was the biggest lesson so far? Has anything changed for you lately that you maybe might not have thought about in the past? Obviously it's not that long, but experiences, changes minds sometimes. So is there anything else that you've learned that you want to now make sure you apply?
I think I think experiment. I feel like with Pink Leaf compared to grocery store, I feel like when I made grocery store, of course, like it's, like everyone says, it's a very different song, it's a very different sound. But also think I also think with grocery store, I tried to stick with, like, what everyone was saying that I am. Because everyone when I people listen to my music, they're always like, "Okay, it's different. It has, like, this rock sound and stuff like that." That's when I made grocery store, I tried to keep that in mind so I could kind of, like, maintain, like, a certain
Right,
audience. But I feel like one thing with Pink Leaf, I feel like because, like, I experimented with it a little bit, like, the way that I was saying my words and the way the song is, like, even
right.
structured, I think it, like, allowed me to kind of open my horizon, and I think that's something that I'm definitely gonna keep doing when I make prior songs, so that for sure, definitely, like
Yeah, yeah, that's dope.
hell yeah.
Organic Truth got a question for you. What is your biggest fear about the industry, if any fear at all?
Hmm. I think, like I think the only fear that I really have is just being around the wrong people at the wrong time. Because I feel like that happens to like a lot of artists where they're around like a certain, certain people and they go down the wrong kind of hole and they end up just
Right,
crazy.
right,
So
right.
hopefully but I think I'll be all right. I have a lot of good people around me and a lot of good energy. So I think I'll be
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. I mean, as you go through this industry, you'll find some bad seeds, right? Some people that might pose to be something good in reality turn out something bad. What you probably realize is the more successful you get, the more the devil and then so on and so forth will try to interfere with your progress, right? So as long as you, like you said, keep those right people in front and behind you. I know Mama iazY got you locked, got you covered. So you know what I'm saying, but anybody else that's really um making sure that you stay on, that you stay on the right and straight and narrow, I think you'll be good. Um, so should we see a video coming soon for Pink Leaf? Like what we doing with that? I want to see the visuals.
Definitely for sure. We're definitely working on a video. Right now we have a few visuals. We have a few lyric videos out right now, but a video is definitely coming soon. It has
Definitely,
to.
definitely,
It deserves a video.
definitely. Listen, we need to get you in the ground report. Get with Tampa Mystic. We got a magazine. We just released one for the month of April. We got one coming for the month of June. Get with Tampa Mystic. Get you in the ground report. It's a magazine that we have out. Make is I think definitely think what I mean you been grinding, been doing your thing for a long time. Speaking of grind, and we gonna ask this question in the magazine. We gonna ask this question now. Like, what is your definition of grind right now?
I think just doing anything, like doing anything, any opportunity that is presented to you, just
Right,
take it. Like don't even think about it, just take it. If you're like, I don't know, just
right.
do it. That's how you grind. That's how you get places. That's how you get where you need to go. If you think about how and why, then for certain opportunities, you might not ever get them again. So I think it's just important to just
Yeah,
do it,
yeah.
like Nike said. So
Definitely. Just do it. Just do it like Nike said. Let me make sure. Let me get all these people up here. Tampa Mystic, she got something. She's a superstar and her mom is awesome. You know what I'm saying? So,
thank you.
let's go. Let's go. What's next? Who else? Yes, my famous superstar. You are so dope. So dope. Who's SU? Is that Mama iazY? Who's that?
I don't think so. I think that might be, I'm not sure, but thank you.
It's all good. It's all good. Listen, I appreciate everybody that's tuning in, and showing support. This is said my niecey. She said my niecey. So, um, everybody. Oh, look, Shannon. You see it? She
Hi,
popped up.
auntie. Yeah, that's my auntie.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Shout out to your family, man. Listen, you got some big supporters internally. There's not, from an artist perspective, you really don't get as much support, me from your family, that you would do, as an artist these days. And the fact that you do have the support that you do have that support is important. So shout out to your family and everybody that's been supporting you and pushing you in this music business. What else you want to tell the people? What else you want to let everybody know about iazY and what we got going on?
Well, keep streaming Pink Leaf because it's the song. It's it. And just like, keep watching out for my other music too. Which is coming out very, very, very soon. And also the music video, which is coming out really soon. And just, follow my Instagram iazY official and my YouTube iazY and my TikTok iazY official. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I got iazY Instagram up floating right now at the bottom. You get what I'm saying? I wanted to make sure y'all know how to get to her. So she's at iazY official on Instagram. Pink Leaf right now is on all digital platforms. Just right now, I'm trying to pull it up on Spotify as we speak, but it's on there. And it's doing numbers, and people are paying attention to it, and people are really, focused on the track and things like that. Make sure y'all go support her. You get what I'm saying? Definitely go support. I believe we got that in rotation on Power 107.6 The Truth right now. So if y'all don't know what that is, that's our radio station. You get what I'm saying? Here I'm in Jacksonville, Florida. Power 107.6 The Truth or Power 1076thetruth.com. Go on there, check it out. Make sure you listen. You'll hear that song. Shout out to the Hype 87.3 with Tampa Mystic is on there too. We just making sure we supporting and suspending these records and making sure that they got their business right and they getting the streams and all that. You know what I'm saying? So any shout outs you want to give to the people? Oh, Shannon was like, pink leaf is really hot. That's what she said. Let me put that up there so you can see that. You know what I'm saying? Um,
Yes.
and I did hear Pink Leaf. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm having trouble with my Spotify, or else I would be playing it right now. But she said it's really hot. And then always supportive. Organic Truth said, we are watching you for sure. You are up next. That's what I love. I love to see the people supporting. You get what I'm saying? Matter of fact, shout out to all y'all, because I see there's more people watching and they ain't typing. That's fine. I know you here. We appreciate it. You get what I'm saying? And we streaming on multiple platforms. So if you missed this, right? If you missed this the full interview, if you on YouTube, you can hit replay because we'll be doing it live. If not, the audio will be on Spotify soon. So you can go to Spotify, hit iazY again, do On The Grynd Live, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, all that good stuff. But any shout outs you want to give to the people?
Just shout out to everyone watching and everyone who's commenting right now. I appreciate it. Shout out to On The Grynd. You guys, this is eating down. I love it.
Yeah.
And shout out to my family, my mom, and yeah, just everyone who's streaming Pink Leaf right now. So yeah.
Yeah. Stream that record. Stop playing. I did hear the song. It's a dope song. And like I said, I'm trying to get it up, but it's not. I see it, but it's not playing. So it's my Spotify. It's not you. So we good. Other than that, shout out to everybody. We appreciate y'all tuning in On The Grynd Live. Make sure you go follow on Instagram. I realized I was not following, so I hit that follow button. We are following you right now, and we gonna continue to support. Get up with Tampa Mystic. Let's get in the ground report. All right. We'll talk to you later. I appreciate you, iazY. Keep grinding. Keep
Thank
doing what you're
you.
doing. Shout out to the people on here On The Grynd Live. Shaw Cypher, iazY. Let's get it.